And
hey, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
You didn't have your intros open, did you?
What?
Did
yeah,
you, Matt?
You're the first one that's supposed to speak according to this.
I just did. Don't yell at me.
We're
live on the stream. People are going to know that I'm in an abusive relationship. That's not okay.
Okay. I'm Matt. Welcome to CryptoComics couch. So, yeah.
Yeah. You doing okay?
Start. We're doing great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the couch where we break down the comic landscape and let you into our world. As you can tell, I'm having a little issues with my laptop today, so I'm on my tablet. So, yeah.
Tell them what issues you're having. Tell them.
Power issues.
How would you have power issues? Your lights are working.
Yeah, except my charger is not with me.
Oh, so your power issues are involved you forgetting the charger for your laptop?
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like something that the editor-in-chief could probably get away with and still be functional, right?
You would think.
Yeah. There's only one way to find out.
We got a special guest tonight. What is up, Gio? How you doing?
Doing wonderful, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Hey, anytime. Love having you on. So,
yeah, these streams have been a lot of fun so far, so I'm happy to be back for one.
Oh, good.
Blink 3 times if Matt is holding you here against your will. Oh.
That was only 2 blinks. Haha.
There might be another one coming. Everybody watch. Cover from chat. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, hi, hello, good morning. From UK, I think is what the rose means. But time check, 2:02. And Leslie jumps in and says, fry shaved, with a emoji of an open face person. I know. Now I'm the only person on stream with no facial hair.
Yeah, you look kind of funny. No offense.
I look like I'm 12. I get it.
Yep.
Got the butt chin thing going on. And
why do you think I have the beard? I have a major butt chin. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, well, between that and like my gigantic ears that are normally hidden underneath these headphones, you know what I mean? Like everybody says, I've got a voice perfect for radio and a face just the same. So, House Lorebridge on YouTube says, hey guys, what's up, Lorebridge?
Howdy.
Hey, what's up?
So, yeah. On this show, we get into the news.
Let's do it.
Are we ready?
All right.
Do we want to make it happen?
Let's do it.
Okay, so usually we go through personal news on like what we've been working on, stuff like that. I've been working on the system. About it. Things I can't say on stream. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like that. You basically take the week off and then you're like, no, I can't say what I want.
No. Classify.
C# on Linux says fry shaved. Evening stream is ruined. Come on, guys. That ain't cool.
You know what?
If my mom says I'm handsome,
you would have a full beard by Wednesday, and then you could shave cool designs into it.
I know. I don't know what Jared's thing is. Like, I think he uses some of that weird stuff that you see on like infomercials at like 3 o'clock in the morning, where it's like grow hair everywhere. Yeah, that stuff. It's creepy, right? Like I
can grow facial hair so quickly. It's not fair. Like,
yeah,
I
it's weird.
This too short one day, and so I was like, oh, I gotta shave it off. And yeah, like he had a full-grown beard. Like the next day, I was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, we went to what was it, FanX that we went to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious, Gio. Like, dude was fully clean shaven on the first day. Last day, full beard. And we're just like, what the, like, you can look at our marketing videos and people were like, how far apart were these taken? Like,
yeah,
we're like, 2.5 hours. Leslie on Facebook says, I look like I'm 12 when I shave too. Don't feel bad. Ha. Amy Fraser says Chia Pet. He is though.
He
is a
is. He
Chia
really
Pet.
is.
All right. What
It's not fair.
have you been working on this week, Matt?
I can't say. No, I've been actually starting to write a 9 part blog post that I'm really, really excited about. After speaking with Dan Cote, we started talking about just like the fundamentals of art, and I really started kind of breaking down like what the basic fundamentals are, and I just been having a blast between talking with Dan for 3 different videos and then getting to write those. It's been so awesome.
Yeah, he's cool people. All right, what about you, Gio? You've been doing making new planes or something? New jets?
Well, I can't go into big details just because of non-disclosure agreements and whatever, but I'm an aerospace engineer in my day job. Main projects that I work on right now are making Grapple fixtures for satellites. So like space junk is a big problem right now where like it's like an exponential curve of things in space. And when satellites die and you can't get rid of them, they become big collision warnings. And if you have a satellite hit another satellite, even if the satellite's like this big, it's traveling at literally miles per second. So it'll hit something with the force of, more than you would see from like a battleship cannon and make a huge amount of debris and ruin life for everyone else up there. So we make a grapple fixture that gets put on satellites. So if you have a tug, you can go up, grab onto it, pull it down, get it out of the way. And we're trying to like solve that chicken and egg problem of how to get rid of space junk if space junk is hard to get rid of. So we're trying to make it easy to get rid of so then someone else or maybe even us can solve the other side of that equation. So,
oh, wow. Can you make me a grapple thing to keep Matt from raiding the fridge?
We can talk.
He also moves at miles per second.
Dude, if it comes to the fridge, yes, I do. Okay.
So, it's really a very fancy way of saying I make little metal squares that are attached with 3 bolts, but it's a space square. So that means it's way more expensive than you would ever imagine and way harder to actually qualify. So space is romantic, but at the end of the day, it's just like a more complicated way of trying to do simple things. That's hard because it's space.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, way to make me feel underutilized. I'll word it that way. Should have stayed in school. All right.
Yeah.
Rose Kirby on YouTube says, morning to you, Frey, Gio, Matt. I hope you're all well and safe and in good health.
Thank you. Yeah,
we are. We are, Rose. I hope you are too.
C# on Linux on YouTube says, no subtitle on YouTube link. That's strange. Usually they're pretty good about that. I am not sure. I will call Google in the morning. Find out.
I'm sure they'll get right to it, solving your problems.
Yeah, they'll be like, what the hell? Frey just gave us a call. Shut the servers down. All right, so one of the things that we're doing this week is Gio here is our featured creator.
Howdy.
Which is always cool. Always cool. I mean, not just, that you're the feature creator. Every feature creator is cool, but yours especially, just because of the whole backstory on everything, which we're not going to get into too much tonight. We'll save that for Friday. But
sure.
I mean, the whole idea of going from being a fan to being published to, your work becoming canon in this entire universe, stuff like that. That is wicked cool.
It's been a hell of a journey, man. Definitely not what I expected, but that's just how life goes sometimes. You got to roll with it, and sometimes really beautiful things can happen when you least expect it. So I'm just really thrilled to be a part of it all.
That is so badass. Yeah, so Gio here wrote a little ditty we like to call the Wayward Astronomer. And it is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't I'm assuming we just refer to this as a novel.
Yeah. I would say it's an illustrated novel. So it's a novel with words, and you read the words, and there's 83,000 of them in there, so there's plenty to keep you entertained.
That means there's not many pictures, Matt. I'm sorry.
Aww.
But, it's part of the Dreamkeepers comic universe. And David Lilly, the creator of Dreamkeepers, made a full-page illustration for each chapter. So you still keep a little bit of that comic universe visual flair, even though it's a more traditional book at the end of the day.
And it is very good, especially if you're into Dreamkeeper. If you're into Dreamkeepers, you probably already read it. If you haven't, you should really ask yourself why. Because if I've read it and you haven't, then there's a big problem.
Fry barely reads anything over Dr. Seuss, so this is actually
Fry,
an accomplishment.
Fry barely can. Thank you very much. All right. You
I
can
was
promote
actually
the
surprised.
effort.
It was a quick read, for what was it, 200 pages?
The book's a little over 300, but some of it's pictures,
yeah.
Some of it's like intro, some of it's lore. So it's like just under 300 normally, but yeah, I mean it's 83,000 words, so it's pretty average length book. When I was writing the book, it took me 4 years to write, but I think the final third of the book, the last 30,000 words or so, by that point, I was in such a rhythm. I just cranked through it like crazy, like super fast. And I don't know how many times I read through the book before going to printing, but probably at least 20 times. And got pretty fast at it. But unfortunately, there were still a couple typos that got through. So
did you do all your own editing and everything?
No. So I don't want to, we can save the deep story for later.
Mm-hmm.
But the short story is, no, I paid a company to help me take it from a raw manuscript to a product because, I had never done that before. And there are people out there that do it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem started when the company I was working with, I had a great editor, Kate Ankofsky. She was wonderful, gave amazing feedback. And right when we were finishing up the first round of editing, the company got bought by a different company. And they fired the whole team that I was working with, and they handed me off to new people.
Oh, no.
When that happened, it became a lot more of a grind and a lot of problems and not nearly as good communication. And it was really unfortunate because things were going really well before, but I guess that's kind of how business goes sometimes. But,
That'll happen. So yeah, everybody can come back on Friday while we get Gio all worked up.
Yeah. Oh God.
He'll drop a couple of cuss words. It'll be sweet.
Yeah. How family friendly are we supposed to be keeping all of this stuff here, Fry? PG.
Dude, if I'm on the stream, we pretty much just gave up on that idea.
Oh,
at this point,
got it.
Everybody's just like Fry's just not going to listen to it. So. We're gonna have
if you ever
fun.
checked out Fry's Facebook page, you'll know that there's nothing about this man.
Yeah, there's some questionable stuff on there, dude.
Don't let those smooth cheeks fool you. That man's
cussing like a sailor on shore leave, and then I call it a family-friendly show.
Well, if you're only cussing, it is a family-friendly show for you.
Well. There was only that one time where I disrobed on stream. You know what I mean? and I'll be honest with you, I blame you for that one, Matt.
I was surprised with the pasties, so bravo to you for that.
Classy, yeah, that's keeping it classy right there.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. You know what I mean? How else am I supposed to show them off? You guys have a better idea? Because I didn't.
Videos now going, what the hell is he talking about?
Oh, I doubt they are. They're probably like, add to block list. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's also a thumbs down button. Feel free to use it. Please don't do that. Subscribe. I will get fired. Don't do that. I'll cry. I have an ugly crier. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so all right, what should we do, Matt? What's next? Blog recap.
Okay.
What do we have in the blog this week? What do we
This
have, Matt?
last week hasn't been a whole lot of new stuff coming out. Okay.
Write a new
have
blog
to
article. Oh, I'm logged in, so it's showing all the other stuff.
You have to remember that I was pretty sick this last week, so it was oof.
I don't know. I'm
was a
seeing
rough
new
week.
stuff. We have the 30 Years of Dan Coates stream up in
Mhm.
there. That is always good. We got a little question and answer thing, which doesn't go nearly into detail as much as that video did. That was fun, man. We had a good time.
That was fun. So one of the, he was like, okay, we're going to be talking about like, just airbrushing and stuff like that. And, we started talking about it. And next thing you know, he had gotten a box from the museum of his old art. And so he was unboxing it and it was just so cool.
Yeah, that was all the things with Dan has always been fun. Gio, you'll see we're gonna have fun with you too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different fun though. It won't involve pasties. Well,
I mean, if you give me a couple, days to prepare, I got Amazon Prime next day delivery, man. I'll get what you need. I just want you to be successful. So,
Thank you for that.
So if I have to scare away literally every viewer you've worked so hard to get and build over the last few months.
I don't know, chat. If you guys would like to see Gio in pasties, pop it up in chat.
Oh, please
Find
don't.
out.
Actually, I take back everything I just said.
Oh, you just said you got Amazon Prime,
We're gonna
2-day
do it.
shipping.
Say stuff, and then I'm gonna ruin my entire career. So it'll be great. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's close enough to Halloween. Just tell everybody it was a costume.
Oh yeah, totally costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked for the Kardashians. Why not you? Right? Shoot, there are multiple ways of fame in this world.
Okay. We'll explore all those paths together.
There you go, Gio.
Oh, God. Oh,
I mean, that's one vote for pasties. I still don't see one against
so far it's winning.
it. You know what I mean? You miss every shot you don't take, Gio.
Oh, God. Yeah. I just need to stop holding myself back from this new freer future ahead of me without all these layers.
I'm just saying, can you go and make space plates in pasties?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
Which future do you want for yourself, Gio?
be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And some people just like to see space grapple fixtures attached to your, sensitive bits. And that's fine.
I mean, now you're talking.
Yeah.
But you did say that with the name space, it makes the expenses go up quite a bit.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
So, I mean,
So
maybe
we're
that's
gonna
just
need
an
more than
untapped
one
market.
vote.
Yeah, for Gio to invest in this, we're going to at least see like 3 people saying they want to see this.
Wow, you are setting the bar so high, Frey.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Reach for the stars. Let's make it 4.
Yeah, let's talk about that blog. Yeah, wasn't that blog that we should be talking about right now?
Well, let's do this. We'll get away from this just so that Gio can breathe for a second. Let's jump right into the news. So, one story that was actually kind of fun: 8 best bad boys in comic book history on CDR. So this is all about anti-heroes, and I'm going to go through this list because I think they did a pretty decent job. But we got Gambit at 8th place. We've got John Constantine at 7th place. I love the art in Constantine. So good. Deadpool, which is going to be on every one of these lists, and usually why people even make them, at number 6. Wolverine at number 5. Red Hood at number 4, which I know Matt will be excited to see. Like, oh, they got a DC character.
Yay!
Number 3 is Guy Gardner. Number 2 is Quicksilver. Number 1 is my man Lobo, the greatest DC character of all time.
The main man himself.
Yeah.
I thought Deadpool would be further up there, honestly.
I expected him to be just because of the popularity thing, but Lobo, man. If people don't know who Lobo is, then you gotta look into it. Lobo is amazing.
So, what is it about the anti-heroes that make them so prevalent in comics?
I don't know. Who's your favorite, Matt?
As far as anti-heroes go,
Yeah.
hands down, Punisher.
Ooh, shit, that's a good one, dude. Yeah. Okay, Gio, what about you?
Well, I'm not as well read as you guys, but I'd say Deadpool is the most entertaining because of the whole, ethos of all of that. But I actually really like Constantine. Most of what I know about Constantine comes from watching the Keanu Reeves movie adaptation. But yeah, I really liked him as a character quite a bit.
So are you hoping that he comes back with all this Flash stuff that's going on right now for the movie?
Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves in general. Like, I actually have not watched the John Wick movies, and people, I know
they're actually really good.
and I need to go watch them. Get them download on Netflix or something. But
pasties and all.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, so now we'll stop talking about comics and we'll start talking about how I should be removing clothing. Yeah.
Well, it just says increments, Gio. Start with just a shirt, then a belly shirt, then and only after you're comfortable, tack on the pasties. I love how they add then only after you're comfortable. Like just ease into it.
Yeah, it's like cold water. It's like that's kind of cold, and then you're like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. So.
Adam Thompson on Facebook says, I love Gambit. Gambit's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Always. How did Quicksilver get so high on that list? We don't know. We didn't write
that's what I'm wondering, too, because I never considered him an anti-hero. He was just more of a whiny baby to me.
I could see like Silver Surfer maybe eking into that list, depending on which story arc you're looking at.
No,
but
he was always the good guy that had to do bad things.
That's true.
Good guy at heart.
Yeah. I mean, Punisher, though, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Punisher is really good, actually.
I mean, I honestly thought it'd be Ghost Rider, but that also doesn't entirely fit in. It depends on which story arc you're looking at.
Or you can combine the two.
With Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yes. I love Cosmic Ghost Rider, Joe. Sorry, man.
We all have our passions in life, and
I'm the one person out there that's vocal about it, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everyone else is like,
man, you can't be quiet when it's so close to your heart. You just gotta,
I just ease into it, Gio. Just ease into it. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, "What do you mean? I'm having trouble looking. Plus, I can't hear properly." We're just talking about the anti-heroes on the comic book landscape. Talking about everybody's favorites. Leslie on Facebook says, I think Deadpool is my fave. Change my mind, ? I think everybody thinks Deadpool. I'm just kidding. Leslie, I know you probably put, I think Deadpool. Deadpool is actually a really good one, especially, the Ryan Reynolds kind of variant from the movies is always good. He's perfect for that character, but Deadpool in the comics really...
See, when he first started out, I did not like him at all.
Really?
He wasn't really schizophrenic or anything. He was just the backstage mercenary kind of guy. And it wasn't until other writers after Rob Liefeld took over that Deadpool actually became funny and started breaking the fourth wall and stuff like that. So the initial conception of Deadpool can't stand.
Well, and a lot of what Deadpool became was originally, canon in all the comics as Cable. Cable was the one that had the sarcasm and had all that stuff, and then they eased back on Cable, and so I don't know. I mean, but in the MCU movies and stuff like that, with Deadpool now varying over into that realm, I think that'll be opening a lot of doors for stuff in the future.
Oh yeah, we talked last Monday about that contract, largest MCU contract to date. Holy crap!
What was it?
It's 11 movie deal.
Oh
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
Huge. And keep in mind that in the comics, there is a really weird whole setting where Deadpool gets the black suit, which most people know is Venom, but Deadpool actually wears the black suit and makes the black suit go insane because Deadpool is literally insane.
Mm-hmm.
And shows that Venom's actual vulnerability is like a lapse of mental judgment, which is fantastic because I hope that somehow ends up into a movie. Thinking of Ryan Reynolds wearing a black, Venom outfit, running around doing like absolutely batshit crazy stuff. It's just
these movies are going to be new movies, right? It's not going to be let's just reboot the entire arc that we just spent the last 10 years doing, right?
Yeah. It'll all be continuations.
It's phase 4 and 5 going forward. Now that they bought Fox, they're able to bring in those characters. So
they own everything now, don't they?
It feels like it.
Yeah.
They don't own me yet.
Well,
it's not going to take much, huh? If the mouse is watching. You know what I'm saying?
I'll wear them pasties. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that kind of money?
Half a bucket of fried chicken, I'm in. I just want to go to Galaxy's Edge and build a lightsaber, guys. That's really all my price would be. Let's be realistic. Give me one of the little kid mouse ears. I'm solid. You know what I mean? All right. Adam Thompson on Facebook says every team needs one. That is very true. More so lately, you have to have that anti-hero. I mean, I can't do any spoilers, but even Geo's book kind of has anti-hero in it.
Sure.
So,
well, I think the anti-hero as a concept is really important. It gives you a great contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And the anti-hero can often reveal an awful lot of uncomfortable truths that the traditional hero is a little bit handcuffed to do. And it's a really important role. And it's not just like, oh, I'm so edgy and I'm a vampire.
Can you do that again for us one time? Real quick.
Well, what do I even do? It's like,
no? You play
edgy. Vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's perfect. All right. We're clipping that one for sure.
Basically 300 pages of that. And I think it's amazing. I think people love it.
Yeah. We thought it was good enough. We started putting it on shirts. That's what it takes.
It's the future right now, today.
So what's more fun to write? Like your regular standard hero, on the hero's journey, all that kind of stuff, or the anti-hero gets to be the good guy and does whatever he wants?
Great question. So I wrote my book in third-person limited perspective, so the camera's always focused on the protagonist. And, he makes mistakes. He's not a perfect protagonist. He's not a perfect hero. But I actually had more fun writing the villains than I did with the protagonists, just because I felt like I could be just a lot more open and pure with their emotions and what they were feeling and thinking and doing. And they're not as constrained, I guess. And at the end of the day, like, even though the antagonist in the book is an antagonist and, he's against the hero and there's conflict there, he's just as important to me as the hero because there's a lot of important parts about what he's all about. And even if he might be misguided in some ways, it's like, it doesn't mean that you don't exist. It doesn't mean you're invalid. It's just,
Mm-hmm. Well, and I love in your story, especially with your writing style, you kind of, you put a little bit of a spotlight on how complicated that can be.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying not to do any spoilers.
Yeah.
You should go check that book out.
I appreciate that. I mean, but, it's not all, sunshine and rainbows. It's not all, wahaha, I'm evil and all I care about is punching babies and drowning puppies. It's like, well, okay, not really. If you have a villain that's only punching babies and drowning puppies, it's like, it's such a caricature. It's like, no one does that.
Yeah, they got to
come
adopt
on,
a
you didn't
cat
have
at some
your
point.
bad guy twirl his
Yeah,
mustache
it's like, come on, man, really? You got the laser beam and the guy's attached to the chair, and it's like very, very slowly going to move towards him while you leave the room. It's like, no, people don't do that, So it's
Yeah,
important
Matt,
to have a little
remember that next time we have a company dinner. All right, people don't do that.
Hey, just because it happened once, okay? You don't got
If we were in a
bring it
PF
up
Chang's, man. You know how embarrassing that was? God. That poor waitress. What a way to die. Anyways,
all she had to do was answer the questions.
JD Smith on Twitch says, Punisher for the win. Adam Thompson says they're all great characters. They are. JD Smith again comes back to say maybe Quicksilver got so hyped strictly because of the X-Men movies. Probably a good point. It is. That article was off of CBR, and they tend to lean very heavily to the movies. Leslie came back to clarify and said, and that's what I was looking for. High five. That's what she said. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, DP is so funny, hilarious in the movies, especially when he talks to you through the screen. Yeah, the fourth wall breaks are actually a big part of his comic series as well. I'm glad that they included that into the movies,
You think they're going to do that with She-Hulk?
They have to. They have to. There's no question about it. Like half of that movie needs to be a fourth wall break.
Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool more original,
I don't know. He's going to be in 11 movies. It doesn't necessarily say those are 11 full movies. That could include cameos.
It does.
So, Rose Kirby on YouTube says, can the anti-hero be a baddie? Yes. Yeah. And I present Lobo. What makes him amazing.
And Punisher kills the Marvel Universe, and Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Cosmic Ghost Rider destroys Marvel Universe's history. I'm just throwing that out there. It's a great series. If anybody hasn't read it, it's really fun. He has baby Thanos strapped to his chest the whole time. It's so great.
It's one of the most bizarre things you'll ever see, Gio.
Yeah, like basically Marvel gave Donny Cates the green light to just write whatever the hell he wanted, and he came up with the whole idea that Punisher becomes Ghost Rider, and then as Ghost Rider, he gets the power of Galactus. And then with that power, he decides that Galactus is kind of a dick and Thanos is kind of a dick. So what he's going to do is go back in time to kill Thanos. So he goes to do that, and then he decides, wait a minute, I can't kill a baby because he hasn't done anything wrong yet. And so instead of killing baby Thanos, he tries to raise him by basically making a Ghost Rider baby carrier on his chest through the entire series, which is fantastic.
Dude, wow. So I think part of that contract was a large amount of mushrooms. And so it just really shows.
Well, and what's really great about it is that then because Donny Cates is him, he decides, well, Ghost Rider's got this ability of going back in time, so let's just let him go back to every major thing that's happened in the Marvel Universe, like ever. And he goes back and it shows him that, the famous Captain America punching Hitler cover. It shows that was him behind it the whole time, that he had gone down and convinced Hitler to go to this specific battlefield instead of hide out in a bunker. It was what else was there? Oh, Black Suit Spider-Man. It was him convincing Peter Parker that he needed to just try on the suit just to see if it would fit. And, just all this ridiculous shit. I love it just because it's hilarious and absolutely ridiculous in every single way. It basically makes out that there was some ridiculous bullshit behind everything that everyone's loved about Marvel of all time.
Guy in the background responsible for everything. Yeah.
He basically took Stan Lee's entire legacy and was just watch this. You know what I mean? And did it without any apologies. So I don't want to ruin anything by dropping all this stuff, but yeah, it's pretty damn funny. Let's see. But most people hate it just because of that. Because how dare you? How dare you do this? Oh yeah, like he's the one that breaks Professor X's spine, and it was an accident.
Oh God,
like
that was Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, man. If I remember right, it was like, I'm trying to remember exactly how that happened, but yeah, because they did the main run, and then they added a whole bunch of these things elsewhere, and they allowed you to like go on and find like digital cross stories and stuff like that, where they made tons and tons more, and they used them as kind of bonus feature type things that fans could find, and it was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun reading those ones. Leslie on Facebook says, "Who's drowning puppies?" And
Fry.
Scott Russell.
Fry. Nope, it was all Fry.
I said it first.
No.
Lemons on Twitch says, "A wild lemons has arrived."
Hey, Lemons.
A wild lemons appears. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, "Was the Punisher in Daredevil? I thought he was in season 2 of Daredevil."
Yes, he was.
Yes.
And that was the most Punisher you will ever see, even in the Punisher movies and TV shows. That season of it was spectacular.
I only ever saw the original Daredevil movie with
Ben Affleck.
Yes, Ben
We
Affleck.
don't talk about
Yeah,
We can talk about it.
Like, that's the one time that everyone listened to Evanescence, I think. God, what was that? That was like early 2000s, right? That was,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. You could tell their heart was in the right place, but I think there was some drugs done behind the scenes to come up with the whole fight scene in the playground and just
Oh yeah.
everything about that, except the costume. I did like Daredevil's costume. Bullseye, Elektra, not so much, but Daredevil's costume was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Although being all leather, I don't like if I'm going to fight crime and sneak up on somebody and I'm wearing all leather, you'd think there would be a lot of squeaking as I'm moving.
Hollywood doesn't care about those practical considerations, my friend. I'm sorry.
See, I think that would have been like a completely missed opportunity. Him, like,
Why would
walking
it be
up,
squeaking that much?
Dude, did you see how much leather was on that?
Yeah, but are you thinking about leather, or are you thinking about like a latex bodysuit, Matt? Because
No,
I mean, I don't think there'd be that
And
much.
leather is not rubber, but it's fine.
I mean, wiki, like maybe he oiled down first.
yeah, you got to oil up. It helps you get into the suit, and also it cuts down on noise. So it's a win-win.
He's just like McGuire's like auto upholstery refinishing on it. You know what I mean? I'm nice and moist. It's perfect.
At first, I thought you said MacGyver, and I'm like, what? Is there a paperclip and some bubble gum involved? But no.
I mean, there could be. It's Daredevil.
Yeah.
In the comics, he did that.
Killing scene.
Ooh. Let's see here. Dominic on Facebook says, "While cleaning out my dad's workshop today, I found an old X-Men comic.
Ooh.
Have it slabbed, mail it to me. Don't look up the value. Just do it."
Just mail it.
JD Smith again says, "Daredevil Netflix series might be my favorite MCU property. Season 2 was amazing TV. That was really good.
Yeah.
They did a damn good job on that show."
I can't remember, was the hallway fight scene in season 1 or 2?
The hallway fight scene.
The hallway fight scene.
When you say that, I think of the Punisher intro, like the first episode of the Punisher series.
No, it was Daredevil, and he was just trying to walk down the hallway, and there was like 50 people that kept running in on him. He just had to take them all out.
I don't even remember that. I remember the Punisher doing that. And like every time somebody would come out of a jail cell, he just beat the friggin' crap out of them. But I loved that just because I went into that show like purposely without watching any commercials or anything for it. And I was like, hey, this thing is either going to be terrible or it's going to be amazing. I just got to give it a chance. And I remember like I just sat there for like 4 solid minutes of gore. And I was like, it's going to be beautiful. Like, it's too good now. They couldn't even ruin it anymore.
See, I walked into that show going, okay, John Bernthal, Shane from Walking Dead. I was like, I hated Shane in that show. Hated him with the passion. And so, I was like, he's going to ruin Daredevil. Oh, this is perfect. So, yeah.
Let's see. Lemons on Twitch says, "I think parts of season 2 were good, but overall, I think season 1 was better."
Agreed.
They did a very good job at character introduction in season 1. So, Hazen Cruz says, CryptoComics, just mail it.
Trademark.
What's up, Hazen Cruz? Thanks, man.
Okay.
Lemons on
So it
Twitch
wasn't
says
season
the
1.
hallway fight scene was in season 1. All right. Hazen Cruz with the LOL. Look at that avatar.
What is that? That is,
I think it's Hazen Cruz's face screaming in some type of flower.
he's like an Incan sun god guy screaming at you.
If you mix that with a Teletubby.
Yeah.
The sun from the Teletubbies. That's what that's reminding me of. I love that. That's fantastic.
Hazen is all of our lives in ways.
That's me. I'm a sun god in real life.
I knew it. We all knew it. We knew it.
Jeez. Well, that explains why Hazen Cruz is always wearing pasties.
I know. It's,
Oh,
I mean, it just goes without saying.
The whole crew. Everybody involved with CryptoComics. That's what we do inside.
It's the
We get together on weekends.
Really, it's what gives us our strength.
JD Smith on Twitch says, I never watched a movie. It's what gives us our strength, he says. Oh, man. I'm glad the TCT guys aren't on this stream right now because their nicknames for us added into this conversation would just be awful. All right. JD Smith says, I haven't watched a movie trailer for a Marvel movie since Spider-Man 3, and incidentally, I've enjoyed almost every MCU movie. You know what? That's a really good point. If your hopes aren't brought up by a good trailer, they can't be let down. Rose Kirby says, was it ninjas trying to save someone? I mean, probably. I think that's a valid answer for anything. You know what I mean?
Well, you can never
Like,
go wrong with the ninjas.
Yeah. Hey, where were you yesterday? Oh, I had to go to Walmart. Was it ninjas trying to save everyone? Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. You know.
Lemon says, now I want the Teletubby son screaming in absolute rage.
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Oh man, I gotta try. I'm thinking of Rick and Morty, the screaming sun. Do you guys remember that? It's like the sun comes up in the morning. Just absolutely. Oh, I think that's one of those type of clips that we couldn't even play on the show without getting like a copyright infringement. You know what I mean? Oh, geez. All right. So speaking of commercials, though, there's a segue, right?
Smooth.
Next news article is the MODOK series on Hulu is going to include ads for actual comic books.
For comic books, not just comic universe thing.
Yeah, which I thought was really interesting. The other thing that I think is really interesting is that the image of MODOK that they're using is actually from the video game, not from the comic books. So cool.
It's
I
cross.
think whoever wrote this wasn't entirely sure what's going on in the world, but yeah.
How many people see ads for comic books and say, you know what, I'm going to go buy a comic book now? Doesn't it start with comic books first?
Exactly.
Other things?
See, that's the way it used to go, but nowadays it's the other way around. I mean, you got the Marvel movies and just all the TV properties that most kids, I was talking to one kid, we were talking about like Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was like, I don't understand why Marvel's making this. I'm like, because it's a Marvel property. What?
Well, and one other thing with that's interesting is if you look here, it says the graphic novel from Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom. And a lot of people don't realize this, but Patton Oswalt is actually one of the actors that's going to be in the show, and he's also writing for the comic. So I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
He's been in the comic book stuff for years. I mean, have you ever listened to him talk about his experiences on Blade 3?
No, I haven't, but now I have to.
Oh my God, it's so flippin' funny, dude.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Apparently Wesley Snipes, he was arguing with the director all the time, so he hid out in his trailer, and he wouldn't talk to anybody except for on a Post-it note. Like he would literally write a post-it note and hand it to you. That's how he would communicate.
Who
And
was
if
that
you
that
didn't
would do
call
that?
Wesley
Was it
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes?
Really?
Oh yeah. If you didn't refer to him as Blade, like he would flip out at you and throw temper tantrums and stuff. Like at the very beginning, there's a scene where he's like laying on the stretcher kind of thing, and you know the bad guys have him captive and they're trying to wake him up, and he's supposed to wake up. He refused to because he was arguing with the director. So they like digitally went in and like opened his eyes. It looks so fake.
Oh God!
I haven't even
They
noticed.
couldn't even reshoot the scene to where he actually opened his eyes.
He wouldn't reshoot it. He was like, no.
That's weird, man. Creative freedoms. Some people just don't deserve them. You know what I mean? Lemon's on
Pat
Twitch.
Oswalt has been with what is it? Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's been with I mean, just about every animated Spider-Man. He's been around the comic book world for a while, so
Well, it'll be kind of neat to watch a book that he's made. I don't know if he's made other books, but
I don't know. If
Go
he-
watch a book. Is that what you do to books? You watch them?
what was that?
You said you could go watch a book.
Oh no, sorry, I haven't seen any of the books that he's made.
Oh,
You know, I thought I heard that at first, but I was like,
it's like,
no,
yeah, I'm just
probably
gonna go to the
mistaken.
theater. I'm gonna watch a book for a couple hours.
I'm not a writer. You two are. It's your jobs to know English. I'm just here for the beauty and the
I
pizzazz.
don't read the words. I just take them in. You know.
Oh,
Lemons on Twitch says, well, why would they give a whole series to MODOK? That's what I want to see. A series about a guy who looks like a giant, creepy cyborg baby.
That's true. He does kind of look like that.
Oh, yeah. And they put, I got it. MODOK, mental organism designed only for CryptoComics.
yes.
We've been exposed.
I mean, why not? We'll take a MODOK book.
Is that a thing that we can do?
I don't think so, but the chat can. So Jenny Smith says, everyone crying about how the Hulk's pants stay on, but has anyone even asked once how MODOK poops and whiz?
Actually, Spider-Man has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the animated series.
That's
He
fantastic.
once asked him.
I did not know that.
They didn't give an answer, but they asked him.
I mean, well, that's half the battle, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes knowing is half the fight. You guys know what that comes from, right?
G.I. Joe. Right?
Yeah.
No, we've never heard of that, Fry. Ever.
I feel impressive, so I'm going to run with it.
Okay, you feel impressive there, babyface.
You're doing such a good job, Fry. We're really, really proud of you.
Yay, good job, yay.
Give me a moment to absorb this. All right, so let's move on to crowdfunding campaigns. Elvira. Why did I start with Elvira instead of Dreamkeepers or anything else? It's really more important to CryptoComics because it's Elvira. I'm sorry, but I'm in love with Elvira.
Man.
Yeah. So this one's kind of interesting, though. And the reason that we're bringing it up is this is one of the first times I have ever seen a Kickstarter that promises slabs. Now, every Kickstarter, not every, but a lot of them have included slabs. However, these guys are including a guaranteed 9.6 or higher from CGC with signatures.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of weird. Like,
yeah, before the show, Fry and I were actually debating on if that was going to bring down the value of those slabs.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you're guaranteeing that there's 300 of them out there, just from this Kickstarter or this crowdfunding alone, you know what I mean? Like, where does the value actually sit at that point? So, yeah, it's kind of different. Kind of a weird argument. I'm going to be following that along, see what happens.
Now, they do offer, what is it, $300 to get a signed one.
From Elvira.
So, whew, that's, I don't know if I could talk the wife into that. I mean, I could try.
Just convince her that this is a surefire investment, that value is only going to go up. It doesn't matter that also Fry has one and I have one.
Yeah.
That will be my final argument.
No, you don't have to mention that last part. You got it, man. You got the unique special one. right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a call
Wow.
from the boss, and
Well,
good.
now we know that Matt's wife watches the streams, so I'd just like to take this opportunity to apologize for
were talking
any
about
bad
pasties
joke I may
earlier.
have made about your husband. Hopefully you took them with a laugh. If not, please don't tase me. Ooh. I got to roll back up here. All right. So Dominic says, speaking of Spider-Man, I just found a Spider-Man comic in my dad's box, but it's missing the cover, so I don't know what issue it is, but Dr. Octopus comes back from the dead in it. Well, that narrows it down to about 14 possible Spider-Men. Yeah, go off of the advertisements, and if you look at the second page, if you still have the second page, that's actually going to tell you the publication date. Let's see. JD Smith says Spidey got the conversation started. That's good. All right. Lemon says, important question. When's the Wayward Astronomer film adaptation?
Oh boy,
That would actually be cool to see.
Big question. I got to go to the solo layout. Hold on. All right.
Go ahead.
So let's answer this one, Gio.
Okay, so when is it going to happen? Well, so as I'm if you guys want to see this happen, what you need to do is reach deep down into your wallets and send me money. Cryptocurrency is also accepted. And when I receive at least $10 million, then we can do the film.
10 million? Dude, I am not going to charge you that much to be your lead.
I was gonna
I
say,
mean, but then there's overhead, there's fringe benefits, it all adds up, Fry.
Gio, I'll bet you we can make it for three plane tickets and a plate of nachos.
tacos.
We can make this happen.
But I don't know if it would be a good live action movie just because the characters aren't humans, and that would be a lot of CGI. But I think a 2D animated show would be kick ass for Wayward or Dreamkeepers as a whole.
I'm going to tell you this right now, Gio. A big part of your CGI budget is already covered because Matt and I frequently wear the green morph suits just for fun.
Yeah.
We wear them around the house.
Well, and what people tell me is it actually puts the members of the public at ease when they see someone walking around the supermarket wearing one of those full bodysuits.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. It's just everyone's just like, you know what? I don't even need to call the police because this man makes me feel safe. And I like how he's, standing uncomfortably close to me and not saying anything.
You just breathe heavily. I feel like that's the key.
Well, respiration is so important. It's like centering. It's like finding your center and your moment. And people just need to be more mindful, really.
Well, I'm a fat kid. If I go from the back of the supermarket to the front, I am already breathing like I have asthma. You know what I mean? So I think it plays well inside of the morph suit, and it's uncomfortably tight, which I think also adds on to everyone.
I've never worn one of those suits, but can you actually see anything out of those things? Because it doesn't look like you can see very well at all.
You actually can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know that.
The only reason I know that. Okay, this is a true.
Yeah, the only reason. Yeah, the only singular reason.
No, I had to ask a guy that. It was at the FanX convention. We had a green screen, and Fry was taking pictures.
So, that sucked.
The
dude showed up in a green morph suit. I'm doing like photos of people's cosplay, and Matt's like, "Watch this, guys." Walks him over. I turn around to take photos, and I'm just like, "What am I supposed to have here?" We had everything automated to just cut the green screen out, and so it's just like the dude's face floating in front of background. I'm like, "This is great. Thanks, guys." It was wonderful.
No, I had to. It actually took a while to talk that guy into coming over to take the picture, and that was one of the things that I asked him. Was like, "Can you even see in that?" He was like, "Oh yeah." So
yeah, it was terrible. The photos when they're done, I don't know if I can find them more on stream. Probably not. But the photos when they were done, you could literally just see the backdrop, like whatever we superimposed in with just the outlining shadow of someone's junk. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, this is fantastic. You know, we ran into so many issues, Gio. Like, we're thinking this is such a great marketing idea. We're going to throw up a green screen. People can get like really cool backgrounds put in. I spent like 2 weeks putting together all these badass backgrounds. We get there, we get everything set up. 45 minutes later, everything is off the rails. Nothing is working right. All the lighting in the building were like those really slow to light up lamps everywhere. So like every 15 minutes, the lighting was completely changed. So the computer wouldn't automate anything for us. Like we had,
I kept running around. Anybody in a green costume.
Yeah.
You need a picture.
Yeah. So they were doing that. Like somebody's dressed as like Hulk, which is green face paint and stuff. I'm like, guys, come on. Like, and they're like, it's no problem. Fry's just going to sit and Photoshop it. He'll add lightning and stuff to you. I'm like, dude, you guys are jerks, man.
See, what I told everybody that came up in a green suit, I'm like, okay, look, it's not going to pick you up, but it will piss this guy off.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
and then
the foundation of any working relationship, really.
Yeah, exactly. And then we had like a marketing thing set up with like some guys that were doing a cosplay karaoke thing. And so we were like, hey, whoever wins the cosplay karaoke, they'll come into the booth. We'll do like some photos and we'll let them into the convention like a half hour early. And, you know, they'll get to walk around and check everything out without all the people and stuff. And it was these two women won, you know, and they were great sports about everything. And they were really fun to like work with and stuff like that. But we take all the photos and everything. And I go to throw them into the computer because a part of that deal was I was going to edit their photos for them right then and there. They were going to be able to use it for their ads and all this stuff for the cosplay karaoke, like after party thing that they were doing that night. And sure enough, because of the lighting, I take the pictures and everything in their cosplays was essentially invisible.
Oh, man.
Like,
every piece of clothing was see-through.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, so then we had to send somebody from our booth to run around the convention after it already opened.
Oh, go find the people.
Try to find them and get them to come back. We had to run over to like a rental place and rent stage lights and stuff so that we could control the lighting. Like it ended up taking us like 6 hours to get these photos done with them and everything. We get everything done. They want their pictures, you know, we give them to them and everything, and it's all badass. And then the guy that's running the after party thing comes over and what was it? It was their cosplay. One of them had cosplayed as a police officer. Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, yeah, we can't use a cop in our marketing, guys. Sorry. And just bailed on the whole idea. And we're just like,
what? Oh, just like the whole idea.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Like, no,
yes.
Later. Like,
yeah, still gave us marketing and stuff, but we're just like, okay, we just worked for 6 hours for nothing, man. Thanks. Like, it was fun. I miss conventions. Oh, jeez. All right. JD Smith says Gio has some spark to him. Perhaps skips pasties and goes straight to tassels.
I don't know who you are. I'll find you.
I'd watch out. He's got a particular set of skills.
A very particular set of skills.
You guys have a weird way of talking about his tassels.
Oh, it's only Monday, man. I don't know what's going to happen when Friday rolls around.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of fun on Friday.
Interesting direction right now.
Lemons on Twitch says, and for the WA adaptation, will Chris Rock voice Johnny? That is brilliant. I don't know if that's been talked about before, but that's good.
Yeah, Johnny's a fan favorite side character, and I could see Chris Rock would actually have a great voice for that. I think so.
That's perfect. And then Lemons also said on Twitch, if Hollywood did an adaptation of Wayward or Dreamkeepers, they'd make it a live action film where the characters end up in the real world and have antics with some awkward doofus and his hot girlfriend.
And that's the exact plot of the new Tom and Jerry.
That's also Transformers.
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah.
And Lemons is damn.
little too real right now.
Yeah, maybe I didn't notice it because I fall under the awkward doofus category.
You don't have a hot girlfriend.
There's time.
My bad.
Ha, Matt. Way to call me out on stream, dude. That's cold.
She lives in Canada. She loves me.
They're all cold. I buy parkas, but they don't want them. Walk down the street trying to hand random women parkas. Please be my girlfriend. Then the Dream Keepers will visit us and we'll go on a zany adventure. I don't know, though, Lemon's got a point.
Yeah.
There are a lot of movies that follow that recipe.
Yeah.
I'm a little offended.
Smurfs?
Yeah.
I didn't see the Smurfs movie. It looked like it was going to be not fun. So
you didn't miss much.
Yeah.
Well, Lemon just gave the plot.
Yeah, we've got children, so we didn't have a choice. Dominic Colby says, okay, so Spider-Man comic was issue 157.
157.
Why does that sound? That sounds like a key. Why does that sound like a key to me? Hold on. Let me get. Everybody pulls up comic book round at the same time.
Google.
Let's see. The Ghost of Haunted Octopus.
And if it was in good condition, it'd be worth $40.
No, that had the Conan the Barbarian stamp in it. Yep. Dominic, look back through the pages and see if the stamp was cut out.
The stamp? Like
Yep.
you put on your envelopes and stuff?
Well, not like that. It was one that you would cut out of the pages. But a lot of those older books,
thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as kids, what we would do is we'd be like, "Oh, here's the other stamp," and so we'd cut them out of the page. Like my Hulk 181 missing its stamp. I had it, okay, since I was a kid. I was a child. I cut up comic books to try to collect the stamps.
You did.
Every kid did. So most of those old Marvel books like that, they're worth more money if they were never in the hands of an idiot like me.
Hold on. You had Hulk 181?
Have.
You have Hulk 181 and
Mm-hmm.
you cut it up?
Yep. It's a 2.1 because of that.
All right, here's what's going to happen. The next time I come down to visit you, I'm going to ask you one question. What is the capital of Thailand?
Oh, that's messed up. That's all right. I'm much faster than you. I will just run away.
I will shoot you.
In between now and then, I'm going to get with Gio. He's going to teach me the majestic ways of the tassel, and I'm going to use them as tiny helicopter blades to fly away.
I mean, you'll mostly just be all disturbed, but that will paralyze you, giving us an opening to attack.
Well, the thing is I feel like now that I'm shaven, I'm more aerodynamic, so I can actually also cut through the air quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you've reduced your coefficient of drag by a couple points there. Yeah.
Yes, coefficient of drag. You see that? Even
your hair is nice and slick too, so that's good, smooth laminar flow right there.
That's done.
Yeah.
This is the best conversation ever. Dude, I feel more valuable.
I just pictured you with the tassels. Oh, hey.
Everybody's got their own superpower, okay? Maybe that's mine, and we just don't know it yet.
He has a very specific set of skills.
Lemons goes on to say on Twitch, Smurfs movies, plural.
Oh, good.
Rose Kirby says there's 4 of them?
There's 4?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
Wait, I only know of 3.
I only knew of 2.
No, the third one was all animated.
Oh, man, I still have PTSD after the second one. It was awful.
It was pretty bad.
Ugh. Dude, seriously, Fort Benning does not prepare you for what you see in the Smurfs sequel.
Good old Georgia.
All right, Lemons on Twitch says, "Oh, Chris Pratt could play Hal and Marcus." Or Hal, sorry, it's pronounced Hal. Hal and Marcus. Still thinking on VAs for Miri and Cassie.
Chris Pratt's good. I've actually had a number of people asking me about voices for characters, and it's weird. It's like I actually don't have specific voices picked out for a number of characters at all. Like Johnny and Cassie, I have much more clear voices for them than I actually have for the main cast of characters. And it's all up to interpretation of the reader. One reader was like, "Oh, I'm imagining these guys, with British accents." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's not what I was imagining, but sure, that can work." With a book, there's so much just in the imagination that's not really explicitly shown or revealed to the reader. It's a bit more personal interpretation.
Let's see. Dominic Colby on Facebook goes on to say no stamp. Yeah, they're actually kind of difficult to find with a stamp anymore. So that's just what it is. I think it's like on Hulk 181, Matt. I think it's I'd read once that CGC states it as an 11-to-1 ratio on what they've graded. That 11 of them won't have the stamp in it. Compared to one that does. It's pretty crazy, but you got to remember that was a big thing back then because you'd collect specific stamps and then be able to redeem them for other things like more comics or, other merch. Like, it was kind of brilliant when you think about it, because then all of a sudden later people were like, "Oh, these are worth money now." Crap. Let's see. Rose Kirby says, "I have 4 of the Smurfs movies." Oh. Wait, Rose, don't do that to yourself. Okay, we're here for you.
I appreciate people who go for the completionist achievements, but there's you have a choice. You have a life. You have people that care about you, and we're worried.
You know what I will say about that show, though, and hate me for this all you want, but it had some really good animation in it.
It did.
So if you just focus on that, like, there was a lot of talent involved there.
So you didn't get any weird, like, uncanny valley kind of off-putting, character to the animations. It was smooth. It wasn't like 15 frames per second.
Yeah, no,
it was very well.
It was pretty well done. I mean, the one thing that I thought was a little weird though is just because, I mean, anytime, I think I speak for like every 80s kid, every time they reboot something that we remember from our childhood, it's always just kind of unsettling to watch. You know what I mean? It's never the way that you remember it looking, like the voices or something like that. Always just, you look at it and you're like, this isn't right. You know what I mean? Like when they did that Garfield movie.
Oh, ew, no.
Like, I just,
with Bill Murray.
Why? Oh. Yeah, and I love Bill Murray and I love Garfield, but I was just like, why?
But Garfield's a comic about literally nothing. It's a comic about a really depressing guy and his cat and 3 panels.
Yeah, but it worked.
No, it worked great as a comic, but like, okay, 100 minutes, feature film, Bill Murray, go. Like, I don't know. Okay, well, I've not seen the Garfield movie, but let's just say I wouldn't expect it to be.
I'm just going to throw it out there. There's an audience of single dudes with a cat, okay?
Well, I'm a single dude, which makes me way more parkour, as the kid.
Yeah, dramatically.
No, so, okay. The last movie that was done, it was kind of a remake of, our olden days, was that Scooby-Doo. Scoob, or whatever it was called. It actually wasn't that bad because it tried to incorporate everything from Hanna-Barbera. So, I mean, they had freaking cool Captain Caveman in there, man. It was awesome. But, like, before I watched the Smurfs with my kids, I was like, you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about, Frey. You know how it's going to ruin everything. So I showed them the original Smurf movie, which was Smurf and the Magic Flute. And like, I tracked that down, finally found it, and I was like, okay, watch this. And they're like, yeah, this is really good. And then when that Smurfs came out, they were like, oh, this isn't as good. I was like, oh, my kids know. They understand. So
yes,
I still had to watch 2 and 3, which was gut-wrenching, but yeah. I don't know if there's a new He-Man coming out. It's a series though on Netflix. You know, we got Kevin Smith writing it. That I have hope for.
Live action or
no? It's cartoon.
Oh.
It's going to be the same guys who animated the Castlevania series.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that one, I'm looking forward to that. Well, mainly because they are doing like a ton of work on getting really badass creators involved in that. Like Eddie Nunez is a big part of it, of the animation and stuff like that, which is rad. I mean, like you said, Kevin Smith is taking like an active overall role in it. That's
he's the head writer and producer.
Yeah, I think so.
As producer.
You guys want to hear something weird that kind of bothered me when I found out about it, which was like 3 weeks ago, and maybe you guys already know about this, but
am I gonna have to call the police again, Frey?
Not this time. No. So, do you guys remember this dude, Jared Parks? He was at the beginning of Fraggle Rock, right?
Oh yeah.
He played a guy named Doc on Fraggle Rock. For any of you that don't know, did you guys realize that he played Doc again in Boondock Saints?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No kidding. I had no idea.
Yeah. I knew he was in it, but I never made the connection that he's legitimately playing the exact same character. And the entire joke is that Fraggle Rock is happening under the bar of Boondock Saints. And I am all about those type of things ending up with my childhood stuff, because Fraggle Rock was amazing and Boondock Saints is amazing, and merge those two worlds together. I don't know how the hell that works, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I found that out about a year ago. There was a video on like actors who played the same role in multiple movies.
Yeah, that one's weird. So JD Smith, digital artist on Twitch, says, yeah, if you had that stamp, you could redeem it for thousands of dollars. I don't think you could get thousands of dollars out of it, but I think
you can now.
You could have got something. Yeah, well, now if you have the stamp, if it's in place.
Not on that one though.
Depending on what book.
It was worth $40. I had to look it up.
Yeah, on something like a 181 or something like that, you can get a lot more. But
yeah.
Lemons on Twitch says, I know there's at least 4 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies, which is like 3 too many.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The trailer was enough. I was already annoyed with the trailer. Just the chipmunk voices. I was like, oh, God. Nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
It's like, so we're at a convention, and I gave Jared coffee, right? It was that exact noise came out of him.
You just needed to boost him up, 17.
I just wanted to see what happened, and that dude sounded exactly like Alvin for 8 solid minutes. Just it was awesome. God. And the best part was he was wearing Heelys as a full-grown adult man, mind you, rolling through the convention. Yeah, just like, and just talking like 600 miles a minute the whole time he's doing it.
For some reason, that just seems to fit so well for Jared.
He's brilliant. I love the dude. Yeah, so much fun. Well, and what's funny is I was trying to get footage for social media by recording him. Do you remember this, Matt? Yeah. And so, but to keep up with him, like I'm kind of a heavy set dude, so I'm breathing heavy and trying to jog, which probably looked ridiculous in itself, especially with Jared on Heelys going this way, and you just see my fat ass hump down the trailway. You know what I mean? And the hilarious thing is that I'm talking about CryptoComics the entire time. All of the footage looks like a blooper reel from the Blair Witch Project. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's me with like the camera on my face, like way too close, uncomfortably close the whole time. A booger coming out of my nose and stuff. Like little, yeah, it was rough. But I don't think we put that on social media.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm not sure.
Should have.
Leslie on Facebook says Smurfs was all weird. Yeah, they were. Yeah, a lot of people got uncomfortable with them. Lemons on Twitter says, I don't know why they made a second Garfield movie or how they got Bill Murray back the second time.
I heard somewhere that he was like contractually obligated to do that, and they were really sue him for a ton of money. So he's like, all right, I'll just make it real quick. So
Dominic
we did,
Colby
like,
on
the voices
Facebook.
over a weekend or something like that, and just walked out. Done.
He just walks through the whole script once.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just talked to my old man. Apparently all of his comics were sealed until my old brother got to him before I was born. Oh, that'll happen, man.
You need to
Hopefully
beat
your
your
brother
older
enjoyed 'em.
brother.
I don't do that. We don't promote violence on this.
No,
we
we don't.
promote
Beat your older
pasties, the
brother.
nipple tassels. Rose Kirby says the Smarties, Smurfs 2, 3, Smurfy Hollow 4, Smurfs, Christmas Carol. I think she's listing off all the Smurf movies.
Was there
I
a
hope so. Otherwise,
Damn,
broke.
Rose. Get it. Dude, it's cool to see a fan of anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leslie says, I'm laughing so hard at you. That's me. Then goes on to say, Fraggle Rock, I'm laughing way harder than I should be legally allowed. Wheelies are legit.
But a grown man on the wheel. Oh, man. He was good.
He got good.
Yeah.
Geo, like, you're shaking your head no, but man, it was a sight to see.
I mean, because Jared, I mean, just in a stream in his chair, it's like the world can't contain his energy.
Exactly.
Did he give him like sugar in the coffee as well? Like,
We were at the at a hotel that had a Starbucks in there.
Mhm.
So there was a ton of sugar in that.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a full on Ugg boot wearing white girl special.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Triple espresso, you know.
it was brilliant.
Did you have to hire someone with a tranquilizer rifle to go like hunt him down and bring him back to you by the
No,
end?
that was the beauty, is that realistically he would come directly back. You know what I mean? Like a well-trained
ish.
animal.
Ish. He would go off one direction and then like zoom past you a few minutes later,
Yeah.
and then like zoom past you from another direction. And you're like, the hell?
We're pretty
is
sure he
going
was
on?
using emergency exits and coming back through other ones of the building. You know, I don't know if you've ever been to the Salt Lake. Actually, yeah, you have. You've been to
Yeah,
FanX.
I've been to FanX a few times. I love that con.
Yeah, and this was one of the bigger cons they do where they had the entire floor open.
Yeah.
So he would like come in through that front, like across that whole carpeted hallway. And we're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? He's like, watch this. He'd like ride his Heelys down the escalator. I'm like, you know, like he actually got pretty good at it, to be honest with you. I mean, I was impressed.
I was too. I couldn't do it. There's
Yeah.
no way I could do it.
Alex, my friends.
He's fun. He's a lot of fun to go to conventions with, especially because he gets like so bright-eyed and wonder. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
he gets so excited on things, and we'll see. Like, you know, when the conventions are, you know, not here now, we all miss everything. But you know, you get used to seeing the same, you know, 5 or 6 people at every convention you go to and stuff like that, and kind of befriend them. And every time you see him, it's just a hey, how you doing? You know, everything that's at their table is the same stuff the weekend before. But Jared, man, that dude, every time, every table, doesn't matter what it is, you know, somebody's like just selling belt buckles or something like that, and
Mhm.
he is so excited to see that stuff again for the 19th time, and it's so much fun, like, because it keeps everything interesting and fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude, you should have been there the first time he went to FanX.
I
He'd
would have loved
never
it.
been to a convention before. It was about 2 years before I met you, Frey. And so yeah, I take him, and we're standing in line. We're in the gold pass line, and we're kind of towards the front. And he's looking around just like, what in God's name is going on? And he turns to me, he's like, is this how it normally is? Yep. And I just walk off. There's this dude standing there in this huge puffy what is it, Princess Peach dress.
Oh,
Jerry's just staring at him, like making eye contact, wouldn't look away, just I don't know what to think anymore. It was so perfect. The entire convention was like that. I loved it, man.
Yeah, hopefully we get conventions coming back soon.
oh yeah. Yeah, this year's been so crazy, you know. And I'm fingers crossed so much that next year, because like I can see a future where next year's not next year. Next year is more
Right.
Mhm.
this and you know, I go to probably 5 or 6 cons every year, and they're a ton of fun. I'm there as a vendor, but other people, like, their livelihoods basically depend on this. I was at a pretty small con, actually, a new one here in Denver last year before all this happened. And it was at Mile High Comics. And the people in the booth, like behind me, drove like 18 hours from the other side of the country to be at this new kind of unknown lower mid-tier con to sell all their goods. And it's like, oh man, I did not realize that was that serious for a lot of these people. But yeah, a lot of conventions.
Yeah, they're missed for sure. But we have a convention coming up.
We do have a convention.
2020 Winter CouchCon. Oh, love. No, it's not really called CouchCon of Love. It's called CouchCon on Ice. But I am willing to talk to David Lilly and see if we can get the name changed just because the CouchCon of Love sounds kind of interesting.
That'll be our February convention in a few months.
Oh,
there you go. Tassels not included.
Yeah. We'll sell branded CouchCon 2021 tassels. It'll be great.
I don't see why we shouldn't do that now. I mean, if there's ever a valid excuse for tassels, I feel like this is it. So December 4th through 6th, there's going to be different vendors, different artists. The coolest part of it is live commissions. The second coolest part of it is that your main man, Geo, here is actually kind of, I don't know, in charge, I guess I should say.
Staff, at least. I'm one of the officially the community manager of CouchCon.
That's right.
Basically, I'm customer service. I help out all the vendors and attendees if they have problems. I run the Discord server. I'll be doing a panel of my own, and otherwise just try to enable everyone to enjoy a virtual convention, which is something new that most people don't even know, like what even is a virtual convention. But the summer was a really fun con, despite it being kind of, everyone is figuring things out in real time as far as like everything's canceled, everything's going online now. And I'm excited for this year because we've got some great improvements to the whole structure of everything, make it easier for people to find what they're looking for, maybe even some good special guests to be announced that I'm really excited about personally.
There's a few of them. We're not supposed to say anything, Gio.
I didn't say anything. All I'm saying is, yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Gio is a guest.
Woo! Go me.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun, and we've got gaming tournaments. I'll be running the skirmish tournament, and we had a ton of fun with that last year. It's just a great couple days online, bunch of fans getting together, creators and artists and consumers. And I was really pleasantly surprised because, over the summer, it's like, okay, we're going to do CouchCon. It's an online convention. And also you've been to the internet. And you know that on the internet, things can be a little crazy sometimes. Like, are we going to... Yeah, so I was like, what version of the internet is going to show up? Is this going to be 4chan hell, or is this going to be like completely different? And to everyone's credit, attendees and vendors included, for the most part, everyone was like insanely supportive and positive, and it was a great reflection on the fan community as a whole.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it could have gone into like this weird internet black hole, or it could have been really positive. And
he says on the stream that's talking about wearing tassels.
Well, I said we had some exciting guests lined up, and I'm sorry for revealing the secret. I will be the secret guest, and I will not be wearing clothes. And unfortunately, every single panel slot is the same live stream of this webcam and me just sitting uncomfortably close to it.
That room will be much warmer than it is now. So
this is how we provide value to our fans.
There you go.
We had a survey. You guys unanimously voted. What do you want to see? I want to see Geo just not wearing a shirt but tassels, and do that for all 3 days, every day.
We can make that happen. Just like a live cam the entire time.
I was being insanely sarcastic, and I regret everything I just said.
No, you made promises. It's out there.
I'm going to make sure a copy of this gets over to David, just
Yeah.
so that we're planning and proper
You
procedure.
can hold me accountable.
Yeah. Lemons on Twitch says, I'm excited for CouchCon on Ice. Going to be my first booth in 6 years. Nice, Lemons.
Nice.
That was way cool. If you don't mind me asking, drop in chat what booth we're working with here. Put a link to, actually, you can't put a link, but you can spread out your link, if you see what I'm saying. So, like, you know, Lemons space con, or however you want to do it. That way people can see who you are and what you're doing, because I don't have a link for it right away.
What you were saying about the fans, like ever since the shutdown happened, there was a lot of what was it? San Diego moving to an online, DC holding their fandom, and I tried to watch the San Diego one, and nobody offered anything new.
Really?
It was a bust. It was all pre-recorded. The same with the DC fandom. Now, the thing about that was, holy crap, I didn't realize that DC fans could get that venomous.
Oh, I knew it.
Chat, wow.
Did they came out with their pitchforks, huh?
Oh, it was brutal.
It was bad.
But we had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, yeah. But during the CouchCon, everybody was so supportive and just so glad to be there. And there weren't any of the, well, okay, I just read that.
Leslie on Facebook says, I'll wear tassels. Ignore me.
It'll be hard to ignore you if you're wearing the tassels. Just
Rose Kirby says, can you give any info about what's on sale?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, just think of going to a regular convention, right? If you do any one of the major cons, throughout the world, you've got this whole collection of different dealers and artists all lined up with their individual tables. And that's what we have in a virtual sense with CouchCon, where they have their virtual table on the website. You can click, go through the goods that they're selling. We also have a live chat room on Discord. We can actually talk to them. People are sharing their work, talking about, all the things going on. Panels, about all sorts of things. We had a lot of everything from like arts and crafts, people like showing like how to make your own, cosplay stuff, to I had this presentation about mythology and storytelling, and then
which was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah,
that was one of my favorite panels on the last event.
No, I had a lot of fun. I was actually surprised by how many people showed up, considering like I didn't even really know if that was something people were interested in. It's like I'm interested in it, but like some people will show up, but it's like 40, 50 people in the chat and lots of great questions, and I was just really, really blown away. And
I didn't really mix it up in chat, but it was looking at that list. That was one of the things that really stood out. And I was like, oh crap, I gotta, set my calendar to that. And watching that thing, I was actually like taking notes and stuff. Ask Frey, I'm weird about that. When I go to a panel, I take notes. He made fun of me for it once.
Because you were taking notes on like the weirdest stuff.
Everything he said was important.
I like look over. He's like speakers, writing each name down. I'm like, what are you? Are you making notes or a hit list? Yeah. He's like verbatim, rushing through. Just record it, homie. Go home, watch it later. Leslie,
I convert it to
Facebook.
memory a lot better when I write it down. So
that makes sense. Leslie on Facebook says I deleted my comment about tassels. Well, it's already on the internet.
It's
It's the way the internet works. It doesn't matter if you delete it or not. We're showing it on a stream. Lemon says, I don't have anything to link. I'm still trying to actually get things like my banner and whatnot ready. Okay, well, once you get that ready, make sure you jump back onto the stream so we can try to help promote you. Yeah. That's what CouchCon's all about. There's all of us getting together and make sure the creators get the spotlight and put out front so that people can find you and have a good time. Weird. CryptoComics Marketplace linked a couple of things, though. It looks like an Amazon link for Wayward Astronomer.
For whatever reason, Amazon. Thank you.
Wow, that's weird, guys. You can maybe you should go check that link out on Amazon to check out Wayward Astronomer, or go check it out on CryptoComics.
Now, it is for free on CryptoComics. You can go to the website right now, buy it with crypto, but it's in beta. You're not going to spend any money.
Mm-hmm.
To your library. Everything on the CryptoComics website is the same as, the real book. But I like physical books. I think they've got a lot of tangible, kind of tactile, it's just, there's something about a real book that I like, because I read a lot of things with a screen, but sometimes getting away from a screen is really good for me.
Absolutely.
So if you want a hard copy, you're welcome to pick one up. It's got all the same stuff, but at the same time, go check it out for free on CryptoComics. Read it for yourself. Have fun.
1 in 80 purchases of the physical copy has a Polaroid self-taken by Geo in his tassels.
It is
right side of the front cover.
It's tasteful. It's tasteful. You can leave it in, or you can cut it out, trade it with your friends. We've got stamps. Different editions have different angles, different lighting, different casting style.
It's like a variant Polaroid.
Yeah. Look, Frey, you got to work the angles, man. Trust me.
I understand.
Multi-level marketing. It's great.
So somebody's going to go on Amazon and buy like 80 copies right away just to actually make sure, be like, dude, I didn't see it in the tassels, man.
I apologize if you don't find a Polaroid, but we can get you a Polaroid if that important to you. And
I didn't say it was guaranteed 1 in 80. I just said your odds are about
odds are. No purchase necessary. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to this PO box in Idaho. I'm sure it'll be great.
Maybe you buy 300 of them and not get one. Maybe you buy one and you're lucky you got that Willy Wonka golden ticket. Yeah. All right. Blue and himself on Twitch says, how long has the stream been going? I hope I made some sort of decent time. We're just about an hour and a half.
Minutes.
Yeah, so we're probably going to be closing it up here pretty soon there, Blue One. I'm glad you made it, though. Lemon says, Gio's seen the sketch for my banner and has a general idea of what the commissions I have are available. Well, I would ask him, but I'll be honest with you. I have seen the list of how many creators Gio is talking to on like a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a lot of people.
Yeah.
Could be a heck of it.
Seen your stuff there, Lemons, and we're happy to have you as part of CouchCon. So thanks.
It's going to be fun. Going to be fun. Leslie says, best stream ever. It's true.
The one difference is that you shaved, Frey, and all of a sudden people seem to be really receptive.
I know. It's weird, right?
Something.
I just got to bring the baby face.
Matt and I need to up our game. Just go full aerodynamic, slick it back.
I ain't getting rid of this. Nope.
Just nair your whole face.
Nair, yeah.
I've done that, and like when I went to wipe it off, it was like the skin came with it. I was like,
can you actually even buy that stuff still? Wasn't that like commercial stuff from like 15 years ago?
No,
I'm pretty sure you can still get it. I think I saw it.
Isn't it just like an acid that like dissolves like the root of your hair or something like that?
I think so, yeah. It's some type of chemical.
Bone and all, man.
Ooh, I don't know if it goes that deep. How long did you leave it on, man? Damn.
It said like 5 minutes or something like that. And I was watching to watch the whole time. It's like, okay, it's time.
Ooh, that sounds terrifying.
Oh, dude, it hurts.
Well, you could, Matt, what you could do is to try to help drive reviews for Wayward Astronomer on CryptoComics system is you could say something like, I don't know, maybe if we get 10 more reviews for Wayward Astronomer after today, that on Friday you'll shave your face live on stream.
All right. Here's what I'll say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If we get 10 more reviews, no, let's go 15. We'll go 15.
You're going to push it up a little bit more, huh?
Cut those hedges a little bit.
On Wayward Astronomer, I will personally shave Frey's head.
What the?
Wow. Personally.
Live.
Why? You can't do that. You can't just throw me under the finger bus like that.
That's what you did to me, man.
How are you going to shave my head live? Social distancing, sir.
I'll wear a mask. I'll wear a full containment suit if I have to. I'll show up in your house.
You come in looking like one of those dudes at the end of E.T.
We got it.
Little tube tunnel going into my front door.
There's a bunch of kids with bikes smuggling fry out.
I'm in the basket. Get me out of here.
Well, that would be fun. I mean, that would be entertaining. Either way, I think we win in that case.
I'll bet you the Vivid team could get me out of there on BMXs. I'm telling you. That'd be
All
pretty
right,
big
come on,
for one of
guys.
those baskets.
15 reviews.
He's full of shit, everybody. He ain't shaving my head for 15 reviews.
I'm just picturing, those those long trimmers for like cutting down like tree branches or something.
Oh,
Socially
I have
distant,
some.
just
All I can think of is, so we got Brodo.
yeah.
So Brodo has this like giant beard, and on one of his streams, he was like, as a joke, he was just like, "All right, well, if we get 200 donations tonight, like, he's like, I'll shave my beard on stream." And so his girlfriend, knowing that they share a bank account and everything, jumps on and donates $200 just so that she could shave it on the stream. And there is like the saddest video ever of this being done. And that dude is one of those people where like, keep the beard, homie. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys because he looks so sad. Like, you could just see his heartbreak in his facial expression. I mean, it's like watching the end of Titanic. You know what I mean? Only you wanted him to live.
All right. So, who's the last review that we have on there?
I don't know. I'm scared to look now. I'm a little bit terrified. Let's find out. Last review we have right now is Matty Mans on October 9th.
Okay. We'll go for a total of 20, and I'll shave it.
20. That's 18 more reviews.
I thought it was 15. No. This number keeps going up, man.
20 more, and I'll shave my beard.
So if we hit 22 reviews, you will shave your beard.
Not by anybody associated with CryptoComics.
Shit.
Or Vivid.
Or Vivid?
Or Vivid. I don't want Geo going in there and be like,
oh, this is such a great book. Oh my God, everyone should read it. I can't even believe how great it is.
The title of the review will be Screw Matt, something.
Yeah.
Or just like multiple reviews where it's like, this is going to be hilarious.
And 3 years from now, people go to the book. They have no idea what the hell all those reviews are.
Rose Kirby asks on YouTube, can you tell me how many t-shirts do you have that I can buy? We don't actually sell the t-shirts. We only give them away. And I can tell you, Rose, if I'm not mistaken, you are on the last order that we just made. Give us a little bit of time, though, and be aware that because you are overseas in the UK, it's the whole COVID thing that's going on right now has put a huge delay on all shipping. We're probably realistically looking at weeks out before you get any of them. But if you keep watching, we're always doing the giveaways on them. We try to do those only as giveaways and not something that people can buy, mainly just because it makes them a little bit more exclusive. Hopefully it goes to people that it's going to be a little more valuable to. Leslie says no one compares to Frey. Oh yeah. Dominic says on Facebook, this may be a dumb question, but if Comic says volume 1, number 426, does that mean anything? It means that it's the first volume and it's a number 426 comic. I mean, yeah.
So issue 426, the first volume being, they haven't revamped it or anything like that.
Levins on Twitch says, gonna reenact the contamination scene from Monsters Inc. Now that's another one that actually had really good animation.
It did, actually.
I still love watching that one.
Oh yeah. I saw there was a fan made Monsters Inc. too. So it wasn't Monsters University, but it was and it was The Return of Boo. So Boo's like a teenager at this point and tries to figure out a way to get into the monster world, and it was so amazing. And then realized it was a fan made.
Animated, like
yeah.
Oh wow!
It looked spot on. Like whoever did that was a genius when it comes to animation.
Cool. Amy Fraser on Facebook says Edward Scissorhands. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Both you and I might be missing some hair here soon.
What do you mean both? I didn't agree. Shit.
It doesn't matter. I already agreed for you.
I screwed up. I already look ridiculous.
Yeah, and you'd look like Uncle Fester when they get a hold of your hair too.
Yeah, I probably would too. My best friend hates Monsters Inc. solely because his last name is very similar to Mike's name in the movie, and people teased him about it. And ain't cool. You tell that Sullivan dude, or a friend of mine as well, then, because we won't have that.
No,
So,
Mike's name was Mike Wachowski or something.
Yeah, it was like a Polish sounding name.
oh yeah, Sullivan was the big monster.
Yeah, the big guy, but the little green guy was
Thank you. Yes, thank you for that correction. All right, well, we're probably gonna go ahead and let Gio go now. We've been on this one for almost an hour and 45 minutes. So thank you again for joining us. Everybody would like to.
Guys, I love talking with you and looking forward to next time.
Yeah.
So Friday
Yep.
at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gio will be back, tassels and all.
I'm gonna have to go on Amazon now and like figure out my options because apparently this is not going away on its own, and I regret many things in my life. But most of all.
Oh yeah.
They're so great. They're totally not. They're totally not forcing me to do things against my will. It's totally great. It's fine.
Everybody should sign up. Grab his book.
Yeah,
leave a review.
Experience the CryptoComics difference.
All right, we'll just end it with Matt barely being able to breathe because of his asthmatic smoking. Everybody take care of each other. Have a good night. Come back and visit us on Friday when we have some more fun with Gio. Go and check out Wayward Astronomer on CryptoComics.com. When you're done reading it, leave a review. That way Matt has to shave his face, and then go pick up a copy of the book on Amazon. Put some food in front of Gio. You know what I'm saying? Support the creators. That way they can, continue creating.
Yeah.
Next 15 reviews,
we're all here for.
I shave Fry's head. Next 20, I shave
Fry and shaving his head. Good night, everybody.